to Prime Minister Modi and the Indian government on convening such an impressive summit at this very pivotal moment for AI. It's fantastic to see how the summit has evolved over the years, with the first meeting convened by Prime Minister Sunak at Bletchley Park in the UK. It's become an incredibly important convening point for international dialogue and hopefully cooperation in the future over the future of AI. When we started DeepMind in 2010, almost nobody was working on AI in industry. It was just a dream. And it's been incredible to see how in the last 15 years, where we've come from the beginnings, those humble beginnings, to now where we are today, where the whole world is talking about AI. The reason I've spent my whole career working on AI is I always believed it would be one of the most important and beneficial technologies ever invented. And for me, my passion is to advance scientific discovery. And I always felt that AI would be the ultimate tool for accelerating scientific discovery and being a force multiplier for human ingenuity. From a very young age, I've been obsessed with the Greek questions of science, the nature of reality, the nature of consciousness, these deep mysteries that are in the universe. And I think AI can help us find answers to these questions that we've pondered over for thousands of years. We're already starting to see the beginnings of this with systems like AlphaFold that we built to solve the 50-year grand challenge of protein folding. And we hope that this will just be the first example of amazing advances in science and medicine that have been enabled by AI. And we and others are working on many other branches of science now to bring AI tools to help advance material science, fusion, physics, and mathematics. In fact, almost every branch of science and medicine can be impacted by AI. And now in 2026, we're at another threshold moment where AGI, artificial general intelligence, is on the horizon, maybe within the next 5 years. And we're seeing these general purpose systems, foundational model systems, becoming increasingly capable almost week by week. So this is obviously an amazing opportunity that we should all grasp, economic and productivity, as well as in the sciences. But it's also something that we have to approach with humility and understanding that we don't have all the answers yet as to how this technology is going to develop and to be deployed into the world. I've been really impressed with what I've seen in India. I spent some time prior to the summit in Bangalore. We have a really big office there, Google and DeepMind, a great research office, where we do some really critical research that we then bring to our products and our technologies around the world in areas like efficient models, continual learning, and multilingual capabilities. I also had time to give a talk at the Indian Institute of Science at Bangalore, and I was incredibly impressed by the students and the faculty there, their enthusiasm and their energy for AI, and their ideas for how to use AI to improve India standing in the world, and to also seize all the new economic opportunities and scientific opportunities that AI opens up. It was incredibly impressive to see the energy around the country. And I think that India will indeed be a powerhouse for AI across the globe. We have many partnerships. Sundar, you heard Sundar announce many Google partnerships that we have with India. I'm especially proud of our deep partnership with Mr. Ambani and the Reliance Jio group to bring intelligence to everyone in India with our Gemini foundation models in partnership with Reliance. So we hope to build on that in the next few years. So if I was to try and quantify what's coming down the line with the advent of AGI, I think it's going to be one of the most momentous periods in human history, probably something more like the advent of fire or electricity. One way maybe we can quantify that is, I think it's going to be something like 10 times the impact of the Industrial Revolution, but happening at 10 times the speed, probably unfolding in a matter of a decade rather than a century. So really, this is an enormous amount of change is going to come, and it's still to be written how we can make that beneficial for the whole world. And I think the main way we should try to do this is by taking a scientific approach, using the scientific method to understand what the capabilities of these systems are, to build good guardrails and monitoring systems, to understand more deeply what these systems are capable of and how we can make sure that they serve the purposes that we want. And then, of course, simultaneously, we also have to be bold to grasp these new opportunities to advance science and medicine and to improve human health and the human condition that society and the globe badly needs. So I think we've got to try and navigate this moment very carefully, very thoughtfully. And if we do so, I'm very optimistic that we'll usher in a great new era. But of course, this can't just be left to technologists, and that's why summits like this are really important, to bring together all parts of society, the technologists that are building it, the scientists that are building it, governments and how to deploy it for the best use of their citizens, but also artists, social scientists, and philosophers. We need to bring all of these debates into the tent to understand how we should navigate this next period in human history. And I think summits like this, international summits like this, are critical to encourage this kind of international dialogue and cooperation. And if we get this right, these next steps right, I think we can usher in a new golden era of scientific discovery and improve the lives and health of everyone in the world.